Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Mark back here with another video teaching you how to play clarinet. This is part one of a three-part series where in this episode I'll be teaching you how to put the reed on your mouthpiece. The second episode in the series will be how to form up your embouchure on your mouthpiece. And then the third episode in the series will be how to make your first noise on clarinet and how to play a couple notes. So let's hop into this first part real quick on how to put your reed on your mouthpiece. Here we go. Alrighty everybody, so in the last video we left off on assembling your clarinet from starting with the bell and all the way down, including the bottom half, the top half, the barrel, and the mouthpiece of your clarinet, but with nothing on the mouthpiece. So in this episode, like I mentioned, I'm going to be teaching you how to put the reed on your mouthpiece and then how to put the ligature on top to make sure that you can get some really nice clear sounds on your clarinet. So first things first is in your case you'll have some reeds. In the reed cases, they'll look a little bit like this. And so what you'll do is you'll take the reed out of the case, and the first thing you want to do is wet the entire reed in your mouth, just like this. Now it's important to wet both ends of the reed, because if you only wet one end of the reed, then the reed is going to morph and it's going to go bad really quickly. So make sure you wet the entire reed when you start off. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your reed and you're going to put it on your mouthpiece, and you're going to make sure that the flat side, the side that has all of the words and numbers on it, goes on the flat side of your mouthpiece, just like this, just like you can see right there. And you want to make sure that when you put your mouthpiece on your clarinet, that it lines up with the top of your mouthpiece. So it's very, very important that the wood part, the reed part, is all the way at the top, aligned with the plastic part. So you're going to have your reed in place just like that. Make sure it's all aligned. So you want to make sure that it's lined up at the top, just like that. But then you also want to make sure that it's lined up at the bottom, right there, with the track that you can see on your mouthpiece. So it's really want to make sure that it's lined up at the top and the bottom. So once you make sure that it's all lined up, then you're going to take your ligature, you're going to place it over your mouthpiece in reed, and you want to make sure that the screws point to the right of the mouthpiece, and you're going to tighten the screws on your mouthpiece, or on your ligature, excuse me. And with your ligature, you want to make sure that it's below the line on your mouthpiece right there. So you want to make sure that you place your ligature below that line and then tighten the ligature on the mouthpiece. So that's what your mouthpiece should look like with the reed and the ligature on the mouthpiece. Just like that. Just as a side note, some of you may not have the line on the mouthpiece that I was referring to, and so you just want to make sure that your ligature is on the dark part of the wood on the reed. It looks just like this. So up here on this part of the reed you have the lighter part, the thinner part, and then it starts to become darker and thicker on the bottom right here. So you just want to make sure that the ligature is on that part of the reed when you tighten it. Okay? So just make sure that it's below that part or below the line on your mouthpiece, and you should be all set. Alrighty everybody, so we're just doing this one more time really quickly. So you start off with your mouthpiece with the flat side facing you. You take your reed, you wet the top and the bottom. You place the flat side with the name of the reed company and the number on the flat side of your mouthpiece. You line up the top just like so, and you line up the bottom, make sure that it's in line with the tracks just like that. You take your ligature, you place it over your reed in your mouthpiece, push it all the way down, making sure that it's underneath the line on the mouthpiece, and then you tighten it in place just like that. So your mouthpiece and reed and ligature put together should look just like that. And so that's really quickly how to put your reed on your mouthpiece with your ligature. And that's it actually for this part of the series. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel. and I'll see you in the next one.